Hey guys, what's up? A very good morning and welcome back to another daily market outlook. So starting off with the euro against the dollar. So euro dollar, what has happened yesterday? Well, we saw with CPI news, obviously that price pushed in towards the highs and pretty much grabbed the liquidity above this 4-hour swing high. So we all know that the 4-hour is still swing bearish all the way from up in towards this high, in towards currently what is this low. So what happened yesterday was that we pretty much grabbed the liquidity above this high, pushed in towards this area of supply over here on the 4-hour, and then pretty much reversed in towards the downside. So what I don't like about this wick is that the overall order flow has been broken. Let's put it that way. We've seen now a change of character, meaning that we've broken above this high of this candle over here, and that this is now our swing low over here on this bearish candle, and that this is now your swing high in regards to fractal structure. So what could happen is that price can now just push down slightly more, and then from there, for example, reverse in towards the highs. But again, 4-hour swing is bearish. We didn't see a close above here. If we would have seen a close above here, that would have meant that the internal structure would have then been bullish, and it would have been far higher probability for us now to move up higher. For now, it just really seems more like a liquidity wick, so we could just start selling off in towards the downside. So yeah, kind of contradicting price action, but in order to kind of like make an informed decision, we now need to go in towards the 15. Because based on the 15-minute, what happened yesterday was pretty beautiful. Overall, what we saw obviously is that this is your 50-minute strong swing high, which we expect to get respected. So no close above it. So we didn't see a close above it. We only saw kind of like a liquidity wick. So at that point in time, what I was then looking for, because we saw this obvious kind of like V-shaped reaction, so a very strong sell-off in towards the downside, was, okay, what is my overall fractal low in order to look for potential sell? Because for the rest, we took out liquidity above this trend line, which we discussed at the beginning of the week. Furthermore, what happened, and just to keep you guys informed as well about other trading opportunities and decisions that I saw people make, is that, and of course, it's just informative. So there's never a bad setup, just really kind of like trying to help you guys out, is that some people who, for example, let's say they just trade fibs, is that they trade a fib like this, and then they see, okay, price is now at, let's say, 0.88 fib. So let's start selling from there. I also have, let's say, a resistance level. But what you can see on the 15-minute over here is that every single time we just have a sell before the buy, tap back in, sell before the buy, tap back into the exact pip, and move in towards the highs once again. So as long as the overall order flow holds, right, and this was then again your sell before the buy, what happens? Price doesn't tap back in, it just crashes straight through. So at that moment onwards, I knew, okay, order flow has now flipped. So this is now your buy before the massive sell. So when you then get that change in the overall fractal structure, so break of this bullish candle's low, that is then when you can look to set a sell position. Obviously, if you set your stop loss over here, the risk to reward will be terrible. I would be targeting this 50-minute area of demand with liquidity right above it. So what you can do is, when you have these situations, is set your stop loss above, let's say, this normal candle. Then you would have had exactly a 1 to 3. Overall price moved in towards, let's say, 1.2% profit, or 1 to 2, so into 2.13% profit. If you take 1% risk, and then it reversed pretty much back to entry. So it would have been, let's say, a break-even trade. But as far as I can see for now, 50-minute supply is holding. So as long as this supply holds and we see, let's say, this overall current order flow hold, it does look good for the 15 minutes, just to keep on moving in towards the downside. So we can clearly see that this is now currently your order flow in towards the downside. So every single time we have a buy before the sell, buy before the sell, buy before the sell, we tap in towards that previous buy before the sell every time and continue in towards the downside. For this morning, I am keeping an eye out for shorts. So let's see if we get any shorts over here on your dollar, potentially even in towards this refined area of supply, liquidation high, move in towards there, and then, for example, see some kind of like reaction that forms supply once again, and the order flow overall flips bearish once again, because obviously if we tap in towards here, this buy before the sell becomes invalid. So you kind of want to see a flip in towards there, and then of course a shift once again in the overall order flow. So that's what I'll be keeping an eye out for the rest. Also PO3, so daily open price is situated in that supply zone, so always a nice confluence to have. So that's euro dollar. For the rest, yeah, I mean, it can go both ways, but I would have preferred to see us now move a little bit lower in towards this 15-minute demand zone. But I mean, once 15-minute supply breaks, that could of course be a tail sign that we're now ready to, and we don't see kind of like any bearish reaction, for example, to this supply zone, then we could, for example, move in towards, let's say, this highest area of supply, which is still fresh, this candle over here. But then again, just wait for bearish momentum to kick in. Look for that overall internal structure to flip bearish. Otherwise, we can just see higher prices because we know that we've got that 4-hour fractal structure break. Now, moving in towards the dollar, dollar pulled back in towards this area of demand. So obviously, I'm expecting higher prices from the dollar still from this level, in line with the overall daily time frame. So that's what I'm waiting for. Daily fractal is bullish, 4-hour fractal and internal are bullish, so, and the 4-hour swing is also bullish. So let's see if we can move up higher over here on the dollar. Going in towards Aussie dollar, so Aussie dollar moved up higher in towards kind of like the extreme of the overall swing range. So we moved in towards, let me just change this to premium versus discount. So we moved all the way up in towards the premium from this area of demand, found pretty much resistance at this area of supply, and then just sold off in towards the downside. Now looking at the 15-minute, obviously this came because of news. So what I'm now looking at is pretty much, can we see any kind of like slowdown from down below over here? Do we then see bullish momentum kick in? So I know that there's liquidity resting below this low. So let's see, can we kind of see something like this, move in towards this refined area of 15-minute demand, and then kind of like see bullish momentum kick in, break the overall internal structure, and then look for potential longs. Otherwise, just disregard this pair for now. Also, if we break this high, also don't expect then to go for longs, because of the fact that this is your low and this is your high of the internal structure. So yeah, this is just your swing high, this is your swing low. So this could kind of just be a push, and then again further sell off from this supply zone. So yeah, that is Aussie dollar. I mean, overall just range from this high in towards this low. So it's likely that we're going to take out this low and then reverse, or if you take out the high, then reverse. So that's what I'm looking at on Aussie dollar. For the rest, not much for now, despite us being bullish on the 4-hour and the 15-minute. But overall, again, 4-hour as well. Fractal structure, if we look at fractal structure, yeah, we remain bullish, excuse me. So from this low in towards this high. So yeah, I mean, that's Aussie dollar. You guys know what I'm looking for on the 15. GBPUSD, yeah, grab liquidity above this high where I pointed out liquidity yesterday. Pretty much just missed out on this area of supply, so no shorts. For the rest, yeah, I mean, we're just kind of stuck in this range on GU. I mean, I wouldn't be selling over here just because of the fact that we have this. So we're inside discount, so I don't want to be selling in discount. Again, also just a range. So, I mean, yeah, be my guest to trade this, but this for me is just a waiting game until we either break below that 4-hour swing low, then get that pullback for shorts, or if we start pushing up higher and break, let's say, this area of supply, then pull back, form a nice fresh area of demand, then I'll be looking for those longs in line with the 4-hour swing structure. Then NZDUSD, best pair of yesterday. Yeah, beautiful overall trade. Let me just run you guys through it. Daily is in supply. Daily had a BOS. So daily BOS, daily supply. So what do we expect? Expect a pullback in towards the downside. So again, also structure-wise, fractal structure break. So we are bearish, looking for shorts from this high to this low. That is your daily fractal structure. Now going in towards the 4-hour, that daily fractal structure is your 4-hour swing structure. So yesterday I was looking for that short, so pretty much just running you guys through it. Overall price came in towards this area of supply. 4-hour is bearish, no clear areas of demand, so obviously expecting further downside in line with the structure that I just outlined on the daily. So I was looking for shorts, is the only area of supply, so yeah, shorts. That's the 4-hour. Then going in towards the 15-minute. 15-minute, as I explained yesterday, is bearish, so this is your swing high. Oh, that's not supposed to happen. This is your swing high up above over here. This is your swing low. So again, what happens yesterday is that price pretty much exactly did what I drew out. What we can see is that we react to this area of supply over here inside 4-hour supply. So the market sells off. So what is actually happening is this. So you have that uptrend in towards highs and then an aggressive sell-off in towards the downside. So then you know this is your supply zone. So then what do we want to do? We want to sell upon a pullback in towards that supply zone over here, with ultimately your stop loss above the high, targeting, let's say, a 1 to 3. So that's ultimately the goal, right, that we had for this setup. But then keep in mind CPI news. So I know a lot of you traded it and then put your stop loss above the highs like this. So this is then how you most likely would have traded it. Because of CPI, you do know that there's going to be like big wicks all over the place. So then if you set this and then you target the 50-minute swing low, because of course we anticipate that the overall trend is going to continue, because the daily, the 4 hour and the 15 are all pointing in for the downside. You then press play, you see the market comes in, then sells off in towards the downside, and then that CPI news hits in, and then obviously we see price pull back, and then eventually we see the overall trend continue for a TP hit if you would have put your stop loss, let's say, above the highs for CPI news. Otherwise, in a normal situation, obviously we would have put our stop loss over here above this high, but that is the main reason why pretty much a lot of us don't trade news. Or you can trade it, but then you just have to put your stop loss wider. For the rest, if you didn't know that there was news, price did first push down before pushing up. So then ultimately at, let's say, this area of demand, you've already tapped in towards there, obviously, which I also mentioned yesterday. This is swing low over here. You would set your stop loss to break even when you're around 1% profit. So then it would have been a break even trade. But yeah, that's NZDUSD. So yeah, for today, what are we expecting? Well, obviously, if price pulls back in towards the highs, and then we'll just look for a new shorting opportunity. Fresh supply is over here. This is now your swing high. I'm going to adjust the structure later. This is your liquidity high. So if we do pull back, we could see a new shorting opportunity. So that's into the USD. Then last of all, gold. So gold, I mean exactly what I said yesterday. As long as the fractal structure remains bearish, we just keep on looking for shorts. So we needed to break this high. Did we break this high? No. So what happens? This was your structure yesterday from this high in towards this low. So again, if we just look what happened and we go in towards the 15, this is your 15-minute swing structure. So then we see a push in towards the highs. Again, what happens? We pretty much just move in towards this area of consolidation. And from there, we see a further sell-off. So it's very similar to NZDUSD. There was a setup over here on gold, because if we look at this and we draw in premium versus discount, we see, okay, exactly a retracement in towards that 50% mark. Go in towards the 4 hour again. The 4 hour order flow is holding and this is extremely bearish. So you can still just keep on looking for shorts as long as the overall order flow holds. Now going in towards the 15, this is your swing high, this is your swing low. So then we see, okay, we tap in towards this area of supply over here. Then what do I want to see? I want to see my entry model. So this is your fractal low over here on this bullish candle, pushing towards the highs, aggressive sell-off in towards downside. This becomes your area of supply. So this buy before the big sell-off. We break the fractal structure, and then obviously you can start selling from here. Then again, like NZDUSD, you can set your stop loss above this high and not above all the way there, and then you can just target, let's say, a new swing low for around a 1 to 3. And then if you just keep on holding, you would, I'm not sure what price will do, I just removed the replay tool. You would eventually hit that TP. So that's kind of like the setup, very similar to NZDUSD, which you could have taken. So that's that. Overall now on the 4 hour time frame, it is starting to look a little bit slower now for gold, in the sense that there is some opportunities now potentially to go long from this area of demand. We know we have daily demand, 4 hour demand. So what I'll be looking for potentially is, this is now your fractal high. Can we break that high and then potentially see some higher prices? Because kind of like now we form this low, big spike up, a lot of buys, stops being hit. Can we break this fractal high and then kind of see some momentum? Then this sub for the buy can become your demand and then move away from there. That's what I'm looking for today. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Wish you all a fantastic day. Make sure to join Discord, link in the description down below, and we will speak very, very soon. Thanks, guys.